Hello and welcome to Rowing Tidbits. Today we're going to talk about gifts to give a rower. So if you are a rower, you might want to show this to your friends and family so that they might get some ideas. And you might be Googling this to see what your rower friends or family members might want, because we're a weird bunch, let's admit it. So let's dig right into some ideas to get your rower friends or family members. The first thing to note is that paddling and rowing are different. Rowing uses oars and paddling uses paddles. Paddling could be like kayaking or canoeing. A lot of people think these are interchangeable, including people that are marketing for rowing stuff, but if you're not a rower yourself, you might not realize that if it's a paddle, your rower friend is probably not actually going to wear the shirt or jewelry or whatever. So this is a funny shirt that shows the difference for people, but it also shows an illustrative point of make sure you're getting actual oar items, not paddles, so that your rower friend will actually like it. You can find this particular shirt, as well as many other products, in our Rowing Tidbits Etsy store. There's links below to this and then the products that aren't available in our Etsy store. Our Etsy store directly supports this channel and the work we do to create rowing videos for new rowers and spread rowing around the world. So hopefully you'll support us in our mission. There are also some other links to other sites. As an Amazon affiliate, I earn from qualifying purchases, and some of these do not support the channel, but they're just good quality product. The most important thing a new rower needs is a 7/16 or 10mm wrench. That's going to depend on their team, so you might want to ask them what kind of boats they use. 7/16 is most of the American-built boats, and then some of the foreign-built boats are the 10mm. This particular item that you can see is particularly useful because it has a couple of other sizes that are useful for rowing. This tool is meant to be taken in the boat. It has things for the top nut, which is another part of the rigger that can come loose while you're rowing. So essentially, if you have this tool, you don't need to bug a coach during practice if something comes loose. It also has a spacer removal tool, which the height of the oarlock, where the rower's oar goes, is adjustable based on how tall they are and how low the boat is sitting in the water. They are very hard to remove with your hands, so a spacer tool is very useful. So this particular tool combines all of those in one tool, so it makes it nice and handy, and stainless steel and very useful. If you prefer, ratcheting version is also a good solution. There's a link to that below. I don't have a picture, but it's similar. Another thing that is particularly useful for rowers is a drawstring bag. So this way they can put their water bottle and their socks and jacket and whatever else they need to take with them to the boat in without having to hold them, because rowers have to hold the boat overhead. So that means both of their hands are busy when they're walking and putting the boat in the water. So rowers like to have these triangle-shaped bags or something similar so that they're lightweight and don't take up a lot of room. This particular one has a funny rowing saying, catching a crab is a really bad thing, so it's kind of just a play on words on that. You get this one or a different one. The next thing rowers absolutely need is socks. You can get fun rowing socks, those are available, or if the rower is rowing during the winter time, it is usually a good thing to have wool or smart wool socks. Smart wool doesn't itch as bad, and they come in fun colors, so I like them. For those who don't know, when you go into a boat, it's kind of like bowling shoes. The shoes are connected to the boat and everybody shares, so you definitely want to have socks, and you definitely want to have your feet warm, and especially in the cold weather. Rowers can never have enough water bottles. There's always one that's dirty, and you can always have more. So getting a rower a water bottle is a great idea. One thing to know with getting a rower a water bottle, they need to be soft-sided so that they don't bang up the boats and damage them. Having a sport top like this one is also super useful. I don't have the same one that's in the link below, but that one looked like a cool one, and mine is no longer available. A long sleeve item in winter is always fun. This is a hoodie. There's another one that is Santa coxing, saying row, row, row instead of ho, ho, ho. These are both available in our Etsy store. If you want to get a rower something for long sleeve that they can actually use on the water, it's important to get something synthetic so that when it gets wet, it can dry fast and still be warm when wet. So something like fleece or a long sleeve synthetic nylon, like Under Armour or something like that would be very useful. Making sure that either the pockets zip or that it doesn't have pockets at all. Handles from the oars can get caught in the pockets. They also want to be kind of tight fitting so that things don't get caught in the tracks or in the handles. They don't want to dangle beyond the rear end or be loose around the waist so that oars can get caught. Continuing on with the cold weather theme, these are called pogies. They insulate your hands, but your hands can still keep hold of the oar so that there's holes on the ends that go over the end of the oar, and your hands go in the other end, so you don't have to wear gloves and you can still feel what you're doing. Another thing useful to rowers is a planner. Rowing Tidbits has one specifically for how to deal with your rowing life and your work or school life. Shoes to wear to and from the boat are another useful thing. My go-to are Chaco Cloud sandals. They're far superior, in my opinion, to other things. They fit well in the boat, and they're pretty sturdy. Rowers who wet launch may want a towel. If they're wanting to take it in the boat with them, something like an Airlight towel, which is very small and lightweight, is a good option. This here is a fun beach towel, which wouldn't be practical for the boat, but it's fun to just take around to the beach or wherever you want. The previous sections have talked about what a rower needs to actually function and do well in rowing. The next things are just some fun rowing-related stuff. So let's get into it. This is a card game about rowing. It's called Don't Catch a Crab. It's available on the Great Game Crafter. This particular game is perfect for taking with you to a regatta. There's a lot of downtime at regattas, and so you can play it with your friends and just kill some time. It's meant to be played in 15 to 30 minutes. There's another rowing game out there that's a board game. I'm not sure it's available at the moment, but I'll send a link to it anyway. This is a fun rowing tumbler. You can't see in this picture very well, but the oars are actually splashing into the water. This is probably for the masters athletes. This is a speaker with a rowing shell and a bridge. Juniors or college people are not going to be allowed to have a speaker in the boat, but sometimes master's programs can, and it's great for winter training or anything else you want to do outdoors. It's water resistant, and you can take it with you. It's Bluetooth. Rowing jewelry is always fun. Just make sure, again, that these are actual oars, not paddles, so that they feel good about wearing it, and it's not something they already have. There's only a couple of companies out there that make this stuff, so they might already have it. Some more fun items are rowing ornaments. Here's 3 shown here, and then individually you can see a crab holding an oar, signifying catching a crab. Once again, a rowing inside joke. An 8 with 4 oars and a single oar. Here are some rowing themed puzzles for those days where you can't be out on the water but want to see it. This is a lunchbox. These are some fun rowing t-shirts. This first one is Medals Are Won in the Winter, with a girl wearing a tank top in the snow. Then the same joke about it catching a crab. The next one is I row perfectly. Here are some reminders for you. And on the back, it shows a million things that the person behind them is doing wrong that they can see while they're rowing. Another Christmas t-shirt. And this last one compares a whale to a school bus to a rowing shell length. And then you can wrap it all up with some rowing wrapping paper. I hope you've gotten some good inspiration for what to get the rower in your life. And if you are a rower yourself, please subscribe to watch more videos. The videos are typically about rowing instructions and how-tos. Remember, all of the links are down below. Hopefully you can find something useful.